So good evening, my fellow TTC patrons. Fun morning there today. But, not really surprising, especially when it happens on a day that, the same day that your municipal government is going to, announce a 2% cut to TTC funding. I guess the system is running about 2% better than it should be these days. Kind of hard to notice that though, but these decisions are made by politicians that take limousines to work every day that we pay for. So, not too much of a surprise. They never have to do the hard job, the hard work or anything like that. It's always a free ride. But first off, without a doubt, Andy Byford, he's cute. I like the English accent and all that. It's a nice break from the normal. But come on, the guy has got to go. He has got to go. He needs to give back every penny that the city has paid him since he's had his job here. I've taken the system for years. Every day I got to go out, from Pape out to Kipling and back, and last 5 years I can't ever remember making that run without something stopping it at least once, either there or back. But poor Andy, he's had a rough time, and listening to him lie again today about whatever the reason for that debacle was this morning, if it wasn't something that was done on purpose, but the TTC excuses for things are basically always lies. You can be riding on a train going through a station, and they'll announce, over the system that there's a breakdown at that station right now with a medical emergency or a fire, and you're cruising right through the station, and you're like, whoa, this train doesn't have a fire on it or an emergency. And a couple minutes later, you hear it again, same thing. Oh, gee, must have been that invisible train there. So yeah, who knows what the real reason was today, but you can't believe anything these people ever say. The worst thing you can ever do is listen to a TTC employee, about directions or advice on, what's happening with the system or anything like that. I don't know if they're just incompetent, stupid, or they're just programmed to lie, but to think that that anything is going to, change with this. It's gotten steadily worse, basically every day in the last 5 years, and now of course they're going to cut 2% from this wonderful piece of crap system. The waste of people's time is just, nobody cares. Like I said, the average politician or the person that makes the big bucks that we pay them, they have no inkling of what your life is, stuck on a subway or walking in the rain. Oh my God, I see these people. I'd never get on a shuttle bus if my life depended on it. There's no way. God, just these skeletal remains of people still on shuttle buses from the 70s and stuff. God, never. And of course, you couldn't trust them anyway. The one thing I did appreciate was the no announcements, so I could at least just calmly wait in the subway station at Pape there this morning for an hour and not have to hear, all the crap of, there's this, there's that, there's this, and it's going to be this, and give me a break. Give me a break. But it's good to see that the system is 2%. It's 2% over budget right now. So imagine, how good it's going to be when we cut that 2% out of it. But, what can you do? You're a prisoner to it. You're an absolute prisoner to it. You have no choice. What are you going to do? Walk across the city? Everybody's been told, you can't drive, you got to be environmentally friendly, but the federal government doesn't care about the environment. The provincial government, all they can do is, slush funds and stealing money from this and that. And now the municipal government has blatantly said right out, we don't care about public transit. In fact, it's got more money than it needs right now. So I think that if all forms of government don't think that the system that needs a cut, then I think the people that actually pay the fare should do at least a 2% cut too. Personally, I've done that a while ago. I don't know why anybody would buy tokens or anything when, you can readily just use nickels and dimes, and, most of the fare the drivers can't count anyway, so, pay whatever you want. Just use nickels and dimes. It's too hard for them to add it up anyway. So I suggest everybody try to impose a 2% cut to the fare box, but that might be dicey. The best bet is basically if everybody just refused to pay for a couple of days and just got on and paid the price that you think the system is worth. If it's worth more than 5 cents a day, I'd be surprised if most people thought that. But so at least a 2% cut, and you can thank John Tory for that. So we'll see how bad it gets tomorrow.